And we're back with another edition of Football Friday. It's me. It's that MA double T. Riding with me as always on a Friday afternoon, my broski.
What's up, guys? What's up?
So, last week we didn't do so hot in our picks. We didn't do so great in the college football picks. Hopefully we can rebound this week and do a little bit better. Um,
Yeah.
Last week was a wild week in college football for sure. Right down to the fact that Notre Dame lost to Northern Illinois of the MAC. How crazy is that?
It is crazy.
Um, and then one of the hottest teams in the land, Georgia Tech takes one on the chin against Syracuse.
Yep.
That was big.
That was big.
That was huge. Cody Cornett says that's Football Friday. Hell yes. Be a friend, tell a friend. We are here every Friday.
Florida State lost again. They're turning out to be a garbage team. Like, I don't think anybody predicted that to happen.
I mean, the ACC is anyone's ball game, which is just nuts. It's absolutely crazy. So the games that we're going to pick this week are.
Give a rundown.
Well, we're starting in the ACC. Since we're talking about Georgia Tech and Syracuse from last week, it was a great game. Kyle McCord, former Ohio State guy, transferred to Syracuse and is leading the way for the Orangemen. But in the ACC, we have Boston College, one of the hot teams as well. They're 2-0, and they travel to Missouri to take on the Tigers. That game is at 12:45 on Saturday. And hold on. We have Mizzou is 16.5-point favorites.
I say they've covered the spread. That team, Mizzou's not. They're ranked 6th for a reason. I'm gonna say Missouri. They'll cover it for sure.
Yeah, Mizzou. See, that's the difference. I mean, Boston College is Boston College. They're good, but they're not SEC good, and they're not Big Ten good. Right. So I'm gonna take Missouri all day long. On that one. Next up, we have in the Big 12 is the next one, and it is Arizona traveling to Kansas State. They're both 2-0. They're both ranked. Kansas State has a 7-point favorite in that game. I'm going to go Kansas State. I'm going to take the home team in this one because it's Arizona's. They're good, but I don't know enough about them. But that Kansas State team I've been watching the last couple of years, I really think they're going to be they're a good quality team.
It's going to be a close game, I think. Probably by a field goal or so. Dang. I want to say Kansas State, right? But I also want to be different at times. I can't be different on this one, though. I'm going to say Kansas State with my brother.
Okay. The next one we have is the Mountain West. We have Colorado versus Colorado State. And Colorado's a 7-point favorite in that game. I can see why they have the guns to do it. But after what Nebraska did to Colorado, and after all this other stuff that's going on at the University of Colorado, it's getting harder and harder to be a Buffalo guy, to be a Colorado Buffalo fan or a supporter of that program. I'm going to probably be wrong here because Colorado's probably going to win, but let's go Rams. Let's go Colorado State. Let's go and beat Colorado.
So here's where my brother and I disagree. I mean, yeah, everything's going on there. I mean, wherever Deion Sanders goes, there's chaos, right? I've been a fan of him since he turned around Colorado State. I think it was Colorado State. I'm going with Colorado. That their quarterback is too good. I say it's going to be a close game, but I'm going to go against my brother this time. It's going to be Colorado.
Okay. Let's see. The next one up is the Big Ten. The Big Ten game that isn't the Michigan game. And the one that we picked was
Purdue Notre Dame, right?
Purdue Notre Dame. That's a rivalry. Purdue's coming out, or Indiana. It's the Battle of Indiana. You got South Bend and West Lafayette. Notre Dame coming off of a home loss to Northern Illinois from the MAC off of a last-second field goal. Notre Dame's an 8.5-point favorite. This game should be a decent game. It's on at 3:30 on CBS. I want to see. Okay, here's the thing. Do I root for the Boilermakers because we have but we have family that loves their Purdue Boilermakers, right? We have these part of our family that.
Yep.
Or do I go with the smart pick, the money pick, and take Notre Dame, even though I can't stand that school? In a very close game, Notre Dame wins because they're angry. They're playing angry.
I'll mimic everything Matt says. Chilo, you're a Purdue Boilermaker. He's my brother from another mother. Best friends for 20-some years. He's a Purdue Boilermaker through and through. It's going to be interesting this week. I'll probably look like I'm a dumbass, but I can't see if Notre Dame's strong against Northern Illinois. I'm not taking anything away from the MAC. The MAC's a good conference. Go Chips, but I'm going to take Purdue this time.
Oh wow!
I hope they Purdue.
Okay. We're gonna jump into the MAC, and this is gonna be CMU traveling to Champaign to take on the Illinois Fighting Illini. Illinois is a 20-point favorite in this one. Heart says I want to see an upset, right? I want to see my employer go into Champaign and win that ball game. I want to see that. But I also want to beat my brother at this. So give me the Illini. There's no chance.
Matt, I love you, and I agree 100%. There's no chance of hell. I mean, CMU got their asses handed to them last week. They're going to get their asses handed to them again this week. I mean, I love CMU. I want to see them win. I'm going to root for CMU if the game's on TV. But there's no way. There's no way they're going to beat Illinois. So we're going to go Illinois.
And then the next game is the SEC game of the week. It's LSU, South Carolina. I was going to go with Bama and Wisconsin.
Dude, I wanted you to do that one. I'd have picked Wisconsin all day long.
I wanted to go with that, but I wanted to go with a game that had a closer spread.
Yeah.
So LSU travels to South Carolina. LSU at 1-1. That first loss was against OH.
We got some
Yeah.
fans in the house, right?
What up, Hill Kevin?
What's up, Hill Kevin?
LSU South Carolina is what the game from the SEC that we're taking, and smart money says LSU, right? Like, go Tigers. That's the smart money pick. I don't. It's hard to pick against a guy like a coach like Coach Kelly because he'll have his boys ready. I think South Carolina catches them on this. I think they catch them here, and I think that they win. It's a very tight game. I think they pull it out of their rear end, and yep. I think that they win.
Remind me who LSU's loss was to.
LSU lost to USC by 7 in the first game.
Okay.
In a neutral field.
Right. I'm looking at the record. LSU 1-1, South Carolina 2-0. You're not going to make it easy on me, Matt, because I'm going to go with you. I see South Carolina catching LSU. I really do. They'll go 3-0. So South Carolina.
Okay. And of course, now I'm going to say this. Michigan plays. We always pick the Michigan game. Sorry, Hill Kevin. We don't pick Ohio games, especially when they don't play this week anyway. But they really haven't played the last couple of weeks because they played a JV squad from both whatever school that they played.
Right, exactly.
We don't play cupcakes.
We make cupcakes.
We make pancakes is what we make. Anyway, Michigan at home, 22-point faves. Arkansas State. Listen, we all know I'm picking Michigan. It'd be stupid if I didn't. Now, if we don't cover the spread and beat them by 25 or more, it is time to press that panic button. This is how confident I am of, like, this is where we show what we are. So, you either beat Arkansas State by 30 or more, or the rest of the season is going to be, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. Because if we can't handle our business and beat a team like Arkansas State by at least 3 scores, there's no chance in hell we're beating a team like USC, Oregon, that team from Columbus. No shot. And I'm saying that as a Michigan fan. I am an educated Michigan fan. I'm a real Michigan fan that I know when we're not who we were last year. Michigan's got to cover the spread and then some to get me in that mindset of, okay, we're a good football team.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Matt. At everything you said, you're not wrong at all. This is the game. I mean, if we can't beat, honestly, if we can't beat them by the spread by 30 or 3 scores, like Matt said, we will have major problems, even against little brother Michigan State.
That's no joke. That Michigan State team is a solid team.
We will have problems. I am also not a delusional Michigan fan, they could lose this game. I'm just saying that. I'm going to throw that right out there. Because they need to get their quarterback situation figured out. I mean, the quarterback runs the show, right? If you score points, your defense gets hyped. Your defense steps up. We have a great defense. I'm not saying we don't have a great defense. We have probably one of the best defensive line in the nation. But we struggle putting points on the board. And I think there's some confusion going on with that offense. And I'm telling you right now, if they start employing or interjecting more of the dual quarterback throughout this whole game, I think we're going to be screwed. Because if you're Arkansas State and you do not think that when Ojibwe or whatever his name is comes in for quarterback, he's going to run the ball himself. You don't know how to play football because that's what you're going to get. Matt, I don't want to agree with Cody Cornett, but he might be right. And I'm going to say this. Michigan wins at the last second. Michigan wins at the last second. It's going to be a nail biter. And that's going to prove Matt's theory. If we can only beat them by a field goal, we have a long road ahead of us the rest of the season. Michigan by a field goal.
That's our that's our college football. Let's turn the page and go into the National Fuck Off League. Because we can't call it football anymore because that's not what they play there.
Nope.
I think we both, honestly, I would have taken the Bills last night.
Yeah, I would have.
I hope Tua's okay. I really do. That hit he took by Damar Hamlin, lit him up.
Yep.
But let's go. The early games this coming week, the Lions will play early. We'll just lead in with that. They have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home at 1:00 on Fox. Detroit's a 7.5-point favorite. Defend the den. We can handle Tampa. I don't think Baker Mayfield is as good as he was last year. One of our defensive backs, Gerard Davis, is from Tampa. He kind of knows. I think the Lions win by at least 10. I think they show out this week. They have 1 week underneath them, and they beat a very good Rams team. I think they handle business and they go and beat Tampa.
I'm going to pick Detroit over Tampa. You want me to write these down, Matt?
Yes.
All right. So we start with Tampa, right?
Tampa, Detroit.
Lions, Tampa. We beat a Rams team, a very good Rams team, and it took us to overtime. What we showed how tough Detroit is. I'm concerned about our secondary a little bit. We got some banged up secondary, but I think they can handle it. Mayfield, I disagree with my brother. Mayfield is a good quarterback. He hates Mayfield for some reason. But I am still going to go with the Lions. It's going to be a close game, and I hate these close games, but it's going to be a close game, won by Detroit. I think they can beat them by 10. But they'll pull away at the end, though.
In the next 1:00 game, it is heel Kevin's Baltimore Ravens playing host to the Las Vegas Raiders. Both of them 0-1 after taking one on. I mean, one would say that Baltimore got ripped off last week. I say you should have wore your white cleats. The Raiders just got they got punched in the mouth by Jim Harbaugh's Los Angeles Chargers and his debut. So, I mean, a Harbaugh on the sideline always gives you an opportunity to win. I'm going to go Baltimore because Lamar Jackson's a freak. There's no denying the guy's an absolute animal. And they play defense, and they're coached by a Harbaugh. So, yeah, we're going all day Ravens on this one. They're 9-point favorite and as well. So yeah, all day.
Lamar Jackson is a freak. Sorry, he was out of bounds, absolutely out of bounds by about enough. So white cleats wouldn't have saved his ass. I think he still would have got caught. Heel Kevin, I have to go with your team. I'm not a fan of the Raiders at all. I think it's going to be a blowout. I think Baltimore puts up 30 on the Raiders, and the Raiders are lucky to score 14 points. So I say the Baltimore Ravens all day.
Okay. Next up, we got the Browns traveling to Jacksonville to take on the Jags. The Jags are 3-point favorite on that. That Browns team just looks all sorts of out of. They're going to play without David Njoku this week. He's hurt. And I don't know. It just seems like Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence didn't have a great game last week. Bigsby's their rushing leader with 73 yards, and Gabe Davis only had 3 catches for 62 yards to lead them. I gotta go. It's a coin flip game. It's a one. Let's see. It's a 3-point. The spread's 3 points.
Yep, 3.5. Yeah.
It's a coin flip game for me. The home team wins. I hate saying it. I want to say Cleveland wins, but I just think Jacksonville, again, last second field goal.
I have to go. I'm gonna have to go with the Jaguars as well. It's gonna be close. My part of me says go for the Browns just to be different. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going for the Browns.
Family friendly here.
Sorry. Friendly. I'm taking the Browns. Browns will surprise people. I have no confidence in the Jags quarterback. He is a joke. He was a joke last year. I have no confidence in him. I thought he was good. No.
Next up, we have the Jets and Aaron Rodgers, Ron, heading to Tennessee to take on a team that really just gave one away. They gave one away last week to the Bears. The Bears should be 0-1, and the Titans should be 1-0. Traveling, the Jets are 3.5-point favorites. That Jets team has a lot of talent there, and I wanna. Will Levis sucks enough to throw a couple picks again. Let's go Jets. The Jets win.
I'm gonna go against my brother on this one. I think the Titans are gonna show how good their defense is against the Jets. I say the Titans by 3.
Oh. Okay. Next up, we have another 1 o'clock game. The Vikings are 1-0, surprisingly. Playing host to the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers are a 5-point favorite in this game. And I don't know if they're going to have Christian McCaffrey or not. He was banged up last week. That's a very, very, very hot Vikings team right now. think that might be my upset for the week. I think I'm going to, yeah. Let's go and let's go Vikings. At home. Justin Jefferson got to go off. Got to hit the gritty.
No. I am going to go, I'm part of the family, right? Part of the ones. So I am going to have to represent Alpha 49ers through and through. I'm going to go with the 49ers to beat the Vikings.
Okay. Now,
Matt is right. The Minnesota Vikings are hot. But I still say the 49ers will beat them. We're the ones.
All right. So next up, we have another 1:00 game on CBS. The Chargers traveling to Carolina to take on Charlotte, Carolina Community College football team, the Carolina Panthers. The Chargers are a 5-point favorites in this game. Harbaugh has got these boys playing inspired, very good football. Give me the Chargers by double digits. I think they win by 2 scores. That Carolina team is horrible, and the Chargers are playing very well. Chargers by 2 scores.
Agreed. Chargers by a couple scores at least. Yes, sir. I'm willing to say I'm not sure if the Panthers can score a touchdown. They might get a couple field goals. That's how horrible they
are. Next up on Fox at 1:00, the Seahawks travel to Foxborough to take on the Patriots. The Patriots say, "Hey, Drake May, nah, bruh. You're not our starting quarterback. We drafted you in the top 5. We're not playing you, son. We're going with Jacoby Brissett, and we're winning ball games." And they beat a Bengals team, a decent Bengals team. Seattle's a 3.5-point favorite. Give me the Seahawks. The running game, Javon Ringer is amazing. I'm gonna go. They're really good.
I'm gonna go against you, Matt. I'm gonna take the New England Patriots at home. They'll win a close ball game, but I take the Patriots at home for sure.
Next up, we have the Saints, the New Orleans Saints, traveling to Jerry's World to play the Cowboys. Dallas is a 6-point favorite in that one. This one, when I saw this on the thing, I was like, man, am I going to have to take that team from Dallas on this one? That Dallas team handled business last week against the Browns.
100%.
Micah Parsons on the outside is a stud at linebacker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cowboys. Probably by 2 scores or more.
As hard as it is, I think that Dallas is going to be a thorn in everybody's side. They're going to be they were good last year, right? Yeah, they came up against Detroit. Detroit got screwed in that game. Everybody knows that. But they're good. They're good for a reason, and they're at home now. New Orleans, but they might as well stay in New Orleans because it's going to be the New Orleans Aints this week. Dallas Cowboys are going to crush them.
The battle of the 0-1s in the NFC East is up next at 1:00 in Washington, D.C. We have the Washington Commanders playing host to the second worst football team in all of football, the New York Football Giants. Washington is only a 1.5 point favorite in this game. It could be anyone's game. I'm going to go Jaden Daniels picks up his first win of the season. They win by a score. The Commanders win.
I am going to go. You got the Commanders?
Yeah, I took the Commanders.
I'm going to go against you, bro. I'm going to go see the Giants win by 2.
Okay. Next up, we have another battle of 0-1s. It's Indiana, the Colts traveling to Green Bay to take on a very banged up Green Bay Packer team. Indianapolis is 2.5 point favorites in this one. Without Jordan Love in the lineup, it's going to be rough going for the Packers. So going forward, I'm going to pick against the Packers each week until Jordan Love's back because he's a special kind of player, and I don't think they have anyone behind him. I'm going Colts on the road.
100% without – I mean, I don't know where the Green Bay Packers are going to finish now without Jordan Love. I mean, so no. Sorry, Sarah. I have to go against you. Packers lose to the Colts. Bad.
The 0-1 Rams, who had they played anyone else but Detroit, probably would have won in week 1. They're banged up too. If I remember right, I think Puka Nacua went out with something hurt in that Lions game. They're traveling to Arizona to play the Cardinals, and the Cardinals are a 1 point favorite, which is weird to me. Matt Stafford will get the job done, though. Matt Stafford is a very good quarterback. I think he'll figure it out. They got a lot of good pieces there. They only lost by 7 to the Lions, and there's a lot of people picking them to go deep into the playoffs. Give me the Rams by a score.
I'm going to go against you, man. I'm going to see the Cardinals. I think I'm going to see the Cardinals win by a score. I really do. So I'm going to go with the Cards.
Okay. Yeah. Next up is another 4 o'clock game. It's a 4:25 start. It's in Denver when the Steelers go to Mile High to take on the Broncos. The Steelers are 2.5 point favorites in that one. I picked against one of my teams that I've always picked to win, and they said, hey, you know what? F you. We're going to show you. They're the only team, I think, last week that won that did not score an offensive touchdown. That defense is really good. I think, and I don't think the Broncos are ready to take that next step. So I'm going to say the Broncos or the Steelers by a touchdown.
Steelers, you said?
Yes, it's Steelers.
All right. So the last game we played when we had this Pittsburgh, Atlanta, I pitched Pittsburgh because Matt quit against his team. This is going to be one of probably the best games of the weekend, and I'm going to go Broncos, man.
Broncos country, let's ride, he says.
Broncos go. I hate the Broncos, but I have a feeling, man.
And the last 4 o'clock start game is the reigning, defending, undisputed, 2-time back-to-back Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, playing host to the Bungles from Cincinnati. Kansas City's got a 6-point favorite at home. Again, they'll take care of business. They always do. Arrowhead will be rocking. It always is. Joe Cool has nothing on Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes and And Xavier Worthy, the play of him lately is just insane. Of rookie having that much talent is ridiculous. Give me the Chiefs by 2 scores.
Oh yeah, easy. Yeah, easy. I picked the Chiefs by 2 scores too.
Next, in our Sunday night game, which could be one of the most entertaining games of the weekend. If both teams show up, we have the Houston Texans playing host to the Chicago Bears. This is going to be a test for Caleb Williams. And I mean, he didn't show me anything last week at all. I thought Caleb Williams looked mid at best, and makes me tickled pink because of it, because I can't stand the kid. I think he's a waste. He has all the talent in the world, but he's got $1 million game, a 10-cent head. I just don't like the guy. CJ Stroud is arguably one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL at such a young age. That shows a lot. I think the Texans at home cover the spread, and they win by at least a touchdown, maybe 2.
100% agree with my brother. There's no way. No, CJ Stroud is probably one of the best things going in the NFL right now. So I'm going to say the Texans by at least a touchdown or 2.
Okay. And the last game of the week, we have the Atlanta Falcons traveling to Philadelphia on Monday Night Football. Philadelphia is 6.5-point favorites, and rightfully so. The Atlanta Falcons, I thought, would come out swinging last week, and yeah, they swung for something, and they got nothing but air. So I'm going to say the Eagles win by at least a score, maybe 2, possibly 3. I think Philadelphia is that much better than Atlanta, and they're going to show it.
Yeah, sore Eagles, sore for sure. Eagles, yep. Lions have a bye this week, huh?
What?
Lions play this? No, they have a bye, right?
No, they play the Buccaneers.
Oh, that's right. Okay, never mind. We already did that one. Okay.
It's a 1:00 start.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. This is a kind of a shorter episode. It's only been about 40 minutes right now. But I want to say thank you for everyone who healed Kevin, Cody, whoever else stopped by to check us out. We appreciate you. Nothing but love for you guys. Tonight we have the Clare Pioneers play host to for varsity football. We have who do they play? They are playing Bullet Creek tonight at home. Bullet Creek is a new addition to the Jack Pine, and they're gonna bring talent for sure. Claire is currently 2-0. They're playing pretty solid football. And our team travels to Mount Pleasant tomorrow at 1. Game time 1:00. We'll be warming up at noon. And it'll be us against Mount Pleasant. So we got that game. Hopefully we can get things rolling. Other than that, we also have a wrestling show tonight, and Scott will tell you all about that.
So at 8:00 Central, we have the opportunity to talk to this guy about the slop that was in the bucket, being at Undertaker's last Survivor Series, teaming up with Hillbilly Jim and Dimnius, I think is his name. We have Henry O. Godwin on tonight, so that's going to be an interesting conversation. We will definitely ask about what was in that bucket of slop, if there was any ribs on this to deal with that slop. We will talk about a near-death car crash that he had in his relationship with China, and being at Undertaker's farewell Survivor Series. So it should be a good time. If anybody has any questions they want to ask, please put them in the comments so they get to this video. I'll check later on, or DM us. Matt's on Facebook. I'm on Facebook. So it's going to be a good show.
And again, guys, thank you again for stopping by, spending this last 40 to 45 minutes with us. It's a lot of fun talking football. It's a break from our other stuff that we're doing with wrestling and that kind of stuff. And just know that we just love doing this for you. And if you want to be a special guest picker for the week, reach out. We'll get you up here in the box, and we will let you pick each game with us. We might even sprinkle in some more of the college football picks since we go so much with the NFL. So, again, thanks, guys. Appreciate you all, and we'll see you next time.